Hey guys, happy 2018. Can you believe it? 2017's over and we have officially started a new year. So I had a little thought that I wanted to share with you that I thought was pretty appropriate as we start off 2018. And it was kind of going back to something that happened last week. I had gone with my husband to Firestone to get an alignment done on my car, and I was kind of ready just to go in there and just say, hey, I need an alignment. But my husband specifically wanted to come with me, and I said, okay. So we went together, and once we got to the counter, my husband started to explain to the guy a little more specifics on the alignment. And he said this phrase, like they started talking car talk, and you know, that's kind of like blah, blah, blah to me. I don't really understand all that. But then he made this comment to the guy and asked him to, when they did the alignment, to toe it in by 1/10 of an inch. And of course, I'm just like, whatever, I don't understand any of that. So I let them have their conversation. They seemed to know what they were talking about. And then when we left, I asked my husband a little bit more about that. And I was especially surprised by the number, because I didn't understand the toe it in part, but I did understand the 1/10 of an inch part. And I know that that's not very much at all. So he was explaining to me that with my particular car, that a standard alignment is okay, but if they toe it in by just that 1/10 of an inch, that it actually makes a difference with the tires, that it helps prevent some of the wear and tear that usually will happen. And so it gives my tires kind of longer life. And I remember being really surprised that all it took was just that little adjustment. And that really made that much of a difference. So I was thinking about that with you and for me for the start of a new year. And I don't know about you, but I've honestly been kind of trying to think of some resolutions. I've been really even praying and asking God, like, okay, you know, and I kind of was expecting like these big things to kind of hit me and feel like this is what I need to change and this is what I need to change. But nothing like major was kind of coming to mind. But the more I thought about it and the more I prayed about it, I was kind of sensing just these little tweaks that I was needing to make in certain areas of my life. I think we go into a new year and we're like, I'm going to give up desserts and I'm just going to eat salad. And, you know, we kind of all know that that's not realistic. But if we can just make some little changes, even if it's just 1/10 of an inch, I think we might see more of an impact than we might initially realize. So there's actually a scripture that goes along with this, so I wanted to share that with you. It's from Exodus 23, and it's talking about the Israelites when they were getting ready to go in and possess the land. Here's what God tells them. You know, he's going to help them fight their enemies, but he tells them this: I will not drive them out before you in a single year, that the land may not become desolate and the beasts of the field become too numerous for you. I will drive them out before you little by little until you become fruitful and take possession of the land. So it's cool because in this instance, we all know that God can come in and do these big things. Like he can part the Red Sea, or he can create the world in just like a second like that. But like in an instance like this, he's saying, you know what, I'm just going to do this little by little, 1/10 of an inch at a time, or whatever measurement you want to call it. And he does that because he wants them to get strong first. He knows if he comes in and does it all at once, that it's almost going to be too much for them. But if he does it little by little, they're getting strengthened along the way. And I think that can happen for us too. So as we get into 2018, I think maybe that's just a little word of encouragement for you. You may not have like these big resolutions in mind, but that's okay. Just even consider maybe just little changes. If it's just, you know, reading a few verses instead of just one verse for your quiet time, or if it's adding just a vegetable to your lunch or dinner, or maybe just cutting back a little bit on social media rather than eliminating it altogether. Just little changes can make an impact with the alignment of my car and maybe even with our 2018. So happy New Year to you guys. God bless you.